For the technical working group, supplies, Attorney Jennifer Felipe Head, Attorney Rainier Mark Flordelusa Vasquez, Attorney Victoria Cadea Basico, Mr. Alan Duca, Ms. Claudia Suleiman, Mr. Ronald Bertusque, Ms. Lovely Pereira, Ms. Shalma Borowa, Ms. Cynthia Capol, and Mr. Joel Sabine. From the Secretariat, we have Director Glenis John, Attorney Francis Benedict Redcar, Vice Head, Ms. Maria Corazon Danao, Ms. Rachel May Sagataga, Ms. Junet Vergara, Ms. Marichuto Maliang, Mr. Kenneth Columna, Mr. Dominic Lopez, Ms. Princess Raquel, Mr. Julius Nieto, Mr. Emerson Peralta, Ms. Gretel Marie Monroy, Mr. Linmar de Catanongan, Mr. Dominic Tequiros, Ms. Rosel Ventura, Ms. Desiree Tibiga. We also have other participants and observers, Ms. Vina Lau, Mr. John Nasak, Mr. Jean Salas, Mr. Laverne Manzano, Mr. Marvin Roda, Mr. Emer Toscano, and Mr. Cyril Demelo. We also have lovely Parkoa, Mr. Dave Matthew Abelia from FSP, and Mr. Solomon Vera. For our prospective leaders, we have Ms. Levi's Meno from F2 Logistics, Ms. Anita Ebron from Cymex Delivery Express, Ms. Mavic Andal, Denim Basilio, Francis Tapalia, and Greenwood Carabat, all from F2 Logistics, Mr. Ryan Bona from LBC, Ms. Evangeline Panganiban and Ms. Marisa Bicot from Transmodal Inc., Mr. Alvin Quijaro from Vinta Logistics, Ms. Maria Cristina Pangaro, Ms. Melissa Javier, and Mr. Kenley Morales from Front Cargo Forwarders Incorporated. We also have Ms. Marife Dulay and Ms. Adele Aguado from Worklink Mandaluyong, Ms. Estrella Quijano from Vinta Logistics, and we also have Mr. Chance Uy, Earl Uy, and Kale Uy from F2 Logistics.
Due to the presence of the preliminary scanners as bank members.
Here are the conference rules for this pre-bid activity. 1. This pre-bid conference is open to all interested parties. 2. Questions will only be entertained after the presentation of the SBOC chairperson and the secretariat and during the program. Questions must be brief, concise, specific, and relevant to the bidding at hand. All questions must be addressed to the SBOC chairperson. 3. Participants may raise their hand whenever the SBOC chairperson asks for those who want to raise clarifications or suggestions anytime during the presentation. Once acknowledged, bidder can ask questions or clarifications or give suggestions. 4. All questions, requests, and clarifications shall be put into writing, addressed to the SBOC chairperson, and submitted through the SBOC secretariat. We are providing a query form for this purpose. Simply fill out the form and indicate therein the question you asked during the open forum or your request for clarification, and submit them at the end of the activity. 5. Observe order during proceedings. Any act or utterance which would interrupt or disturb the proceedings shall not be tolerated. Please mute your phones to avoid unnecessary noise. 6. And finally, maintain cleanliness of the conference room at all times.
And now for the presentation of the project brief chair. Okay, so the project title is Procurement of Services for the Deployment of Election Forms, Supplies, and Paraphernalia for the December 1, 2025 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. 2025 BSKE funding source, General Appropriations Act of FY 2025. Authority to procure, approve annual procurement plan for FY 2025. The basis of the ABC are market surveys as to VAT exemption status. No VAT exemption status as per opinion, the law department and procurement management department. The end user of the project is the administrative services department. The approved budget for the contract and the scope of goods and services under SBAC BSKE reference number 05-2025-BSKE-deployment. So we have 4 dots. Lot 1, PR number 25-07-1300 for all lots. Okay, lot 1 lot, item description. Car, for car, regions 1, 2, and 3. The approved budget for the contract is 73,079,606 pesos and 94 centavos. For lot 2, 1 lot also, this is for regions 4A, 4B, and NCR. The ABC is 111,503,561.88. Lot 3, 1 lot for regions 6, 7, 8, and NIR. The ABC is 73,614,432.58. Lot 4, 1 lot for regions 9, 10, 11, 12, Caraga, and Bar. The ABC is 88,945,326 pesos and 84 centavos. The grand total is 347,142,928.24. Now we received the PR on July 3, 2025. And as mentioned previously, this is PR number 25-07-1300. Procurement of services for the deployment of election forms, supplies, and paraphernalia for the December 1, 2025 Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan elections. We conducted the pre-procurement conference on July 4, 2025 at 2 p.m. in this room. We posted the invitation to bid on July 16, 2025 on the following: PJEP's website, Covenant website, Covenant LED TV information wall at the ground, the field, the 7 and the 8 floors, and the asphalt information bulletin board at the 3rd floor of Ferry Building, Annex, Intramuros, Manila. The opening of bids will be on August 26, 2025, 10:30 a.m. 4th floor, Palacio del Gobernador Building. Now the notices for the scheduled pre-bid and bid opening conference were sent to the following: on July 16, 2025, to the representative of the Office of the Chairman, to the Head Executive Assistant, representatives of the Office of the Commissioners, Project Management Office, Project Control Group and Allocation Committee, Internal Audit Department, Procurement Management Department, Finance Services Department, and Procurement Department. Likewise to the following observers: Honorable Eleanor Pancho, Supervising Auditor, Office of the Resident Auditor, COA, Attorney Rona Ancaritos, Executive Director of Lente, Mr. Eric Jude Albia, the Secretary General of Council, Mr. Ruben Pascal, Secretary General of PCCI, and to Ms. Evelyn Simpson, the National Chairperson of the PPCRB. Bidders who purchase the bidding documents as of today, there is none. The Chair, this is all for the project brief. Other event.
This lecture is prepared by Attorney Francis Benedict P. Rayo to talk exclusively for use by the Commission on Election Special Bids and Awards Committee with the use of written lecture-to-speech AI.
Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the current project or projects of the Special Bids and Awards Committee, or SBOC. In this short presentation, we are going to learn more about 1. The sealing and marking of bids. 2. The technical and financial documents to be submitted by the bidders. And 3. Other requirements of the project. As the Commission is still in the process of transitioning to the new Government Procurement Act, our procurement processes in the meantime are still covered by the old law. Hence, this presentation is based on the requirements under Republic Act number 9184 and its implementing rules and regulations. We hope that this lecture will guide you in coming up with a responsive and successful bid. All right, let's start with the sealing and marking of bids. As you may already know, we are adopting a 2-envelope system. Thus, your main envelope submission should contain 2 separate envelopes, namely the technical component envelope and the financial component envelope. The technical component envelope shall contain 1. Your eligibility requirements, also referred to as Class A documents, which includes legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. If applicable, it should also contain Class B documents in case of joint venture. The financial component envelope, meanwhile, shall contain your bid proposal, which consists of an accomplished and signed bid form and a price schedule form. Each bidder shall submit 1 main or original copy and 3 additional copies of the first and second components of its bid. Here we have an illustration of how the component envelopes and their copies are placed in the main envelope. The technical component documents in 4 copies are placed in the technical component envelope. The financial component documents, also in 4 copies, are placed in the financial component envelopes. The 2 component envelopes are then marked and sealed, and then placed inside the main envelope, which must observe proper marking and sealing. Should there be a discrepancy between the main copy and additional copies, the main copy shall prevail. Unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes shall be rejected. However, bid envelopes that are not properly sealed and marked as required in the bidding documents shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The committee shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid, or for its premature opening. All envelopes shall contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters, be addressed to the Complex Special Bids and Awards Committee, bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the invitation to bid, and bear a warning, do not open before. The date and time of the opening of bids as indicated in the invitation to bid. And now let's discuss the different documents which must be included in the technical component envelope. First, a valid Bill Gates registration certification, platinum membership, all pages, in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the IRR of RA number 9184. Pursuant to GPPB Resolution number 15-2021, the bidder shall only submit a valid and updated Bill Jeffs certificate of registrations and membership in lieu of Class A eligibility documents for purposes of determining eligibility. Second, a statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Please use Annex A of Section 9 of the bidding forms for this purpose. Here we have a template of Annex A, which you need to fully accomplish and sign. Don't forget to fill out everything that needs to be filled out, and also to sign. Third, a statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or SLCC. Please use Annex B of Section 9 of the bidding forms for purposes of your SLCC. Here we have a template of Annex B, which you need to fully accomplish and sign. Don't forget to fill out everything that needs to be filled out, and also to sign. Now please note of the definition of similar contract for purposes of the SLCC, which is indicated in the bidding documents. Please also note of the period within which the similar contract had been completed prior to the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. Please note further that for each lot being bid, the bidder must have completed a single contract that is similar to this project, the value of which, adjusted to current prices using the PSA's CPI, must be at least equivalent to 25% of the ABC of the project. Any of the following must be attached to Annex B as proof of SLCC end users acceptance, or official receipts, or sales invoices. Let us emphasize that again. Collection receipts cannot substitute for the submission of the official receipt. Only the following are acceptable as documentary proof of SLCC, end users acceptance, or official receipts, or sales invoices. All right, moving on. Fourth, a bid security through a notarized bid security declaration per Annex C of Section 9 of the bidding forms. Please do not forget to include the official receipt as well. The amount of bid security will depend on the mode. If it is in cash, cashier's or manager check, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, it must be equivalent to at least 2% of the total ABC. If it is in the form of a surety bond, it must be equivalent to at least 5% of the total ABC. Here we have a template of Annex C, which you need to fully accomplish and sign. Don't forget to fill out everything that needs to be filled out, and also to sign. Next, conformity with Section 6, Schedule of Requirements, and Section 7, Technical Specifications. You can find these requirements and specifications in the bidding documents. Still another document that needs to be included in the technical component envelope is the original of duly signed and notarized omnibus sworn statement, or OSS, for Annex D of Section 9 of the bidding forms, and AA, in case of corporation, partnership, or cooperative, original of duly signed and notarized secretary's certificate, board team partnership resolution, or special power of attorney, whichever is applicable. Or B, in case of joint venture, original of duly signed and notarized special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. Or C, in case of sole proprietorship, original of duly signed and notarized special power of attorney, giving full power and authority to its authorized representative to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For the financial documents under the technical component envelope, we are also requiring the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, computation per Annex E of Section 9 of the bidding forms. However, in lieu of the NFCC computation, the bidder may instead opt to submit a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank per Annex E, 1 of Section 9 of the bidding forms. The committed line of credit granted to the bidder by the bank in such case must be equivalent to at least 10% of the total ABC of all the lots being bidded. Now, in case the bidder is a joint venture, Class B documents must also be submitted. If applicable, the original of duly signed and notarized joint venture agreement, or JVA, in case the joint venture is already in existence, or original of duly signed and notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners, stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful per Annex F of Section 9 of the bidding forms. Please note that each partner of the JV shall submit their respective certificates of registration in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of the revised IRR of RA number 9184. The submission of technical and financial eligibility documents by any of the joint venture partners constitute compliance, provided that the partner responsible for submitting the NFCC shall likewise submit the statement of all its ongoing contracts and its audited financial statements as indicated in Annex A of Jeff's registration certificate platinum membership shall be used for computation of the NFCC. And now for the next envelope, which is the financial component envelope. The following documents must be included. First, for each lot being bid, you must submit a duly signed and accomplished financial bid form per Annex G of Section 9 of the bidding forms. Second, a price schedule. For each lot being bid, please use either Annex G1, which is the price schedule offered from abroad, or Annex G2, which is the price schedule offered from within the Philippines, as may be applicable in your case. Just a reminder, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, bill of quantities, shall be considered non-responsive and thus automatically disqualified. Where a required item is provided but no price is indicated, the same shall be considered as non-responsive. However, specifying a 0 or a dash for the said item would mean that it is being offered for free to the government. In short, do not leave any item in blank. Use 0 or dash if item is free or has no cost. Finally, as for the post-qualification requirements, the lowest calculated bidder shall be required to submit to the committee within a non-extendable period of 5 days from the opening of bids all the documents and samples indicated to be submitted in the bidding documents. And there you go. We wish you nothing but the best in your participation in our bidding processes. This lecture is prepared by Attorney Francis Bennett.
Additionally, for this particular project, the similar contract or the definition of a similar contract shall be for all lots, shipment and delivery of goods such as documents, forms, supplies, or equipment within the Philippines, and it must be completed within 8 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. For the technical specifications, project requirements, the terms of reference or the TOR appended as Annex TOR, including its attachments, which contains all the terms and conditions of the project and made integral part of the bidding documents. Additional technical requirements, which shall also form part of the bidder's bid under its technical component envelope. A duly signed and conformed TOR appended as Annex TOR, which contains all the terms and conditions of the project and made integral part of the bidding documents together with the following attachments, duly signed and conformed by the bidder. Annex TOR-A, the estimated volume of cargoes. Annex TOR-B, the shipping guide. Annex TOR-C, schedule of dispatch. Number 2, proof of existence of bidder's updated and maintained website. Or a screenshot of the website, including the tracking or monitoring program as provided in clause 9.1 of the TOR. Third, project management plan, which shall include the structure of its project management team or the PMT, composed of the following positions, but not necessarily limited to project manager, assistant project manager for operations, secretarial monitoring group, regional coordinator, provincial coordinator and assistant provincial coordinator, municipal or city coordinator and assistant municipal or city coordinator, handler of cargoes and personnel to be assigned at the National Technical Support Center and Command Center. Port deployment plan. 5. Civil Aeronautics Board have certificate to operate as air freight forwarder. 6. List of existing hubs, branches, offices, service areas with address and telephone or proximity numbers. 7. List of vehicle service fleet with proof of ownership, such as certificate of registration or official receipt, or list of vehicles equipped. 8. Certification as cargo agent of an airline company which has at least 15 destinations in the Philippines if applicable. 9. Photocopy of inland maritime insurance. 10. Accreditation with Fair Trade Enforcement Bureau of the Department of Trade and Industry. 11. Accreditation and credit line with shipping lines. 12. 24/7 primary and backup communication system plan. C. Additional technical requirements which shall form part of the bidder's bid under the financial component envelope. For each lot being bid, duly filled up and signed bid form Annex G, duly filled up and signed price schedule Annex G1 or Annex G2 to indicate a detailed listing of items with breakdown of its cost in its proposal. And finally, a duly filled up and signed financial template appended as Annex TORD of the terms of reference. Corresponding Excel files of the accomplished financial template for each lot being bid must be in a USD and shall form part of the financial component.
That would be our chair.
Thank you very much, Secretary, for the preliminary presentation. For the record, we don't have a representative from the NGO because they are having activity, important activity, equally important activity. So, if you have any questions, if we cannot be answering it now, we'll be issuing a corresponding the bulletin to address the question. So, before we start, may kindly identify yourself if you have any question. Please.
Morning, sir. This is Ryan, sir, from MPC. Sir, just want to clarify on the region, sir. No? I noticed, sir, no, na wala sa Region 5 sa lot 2. However, upon checking the Annex TORA, yung volume of cargos and the terms of reference itself, andun sa Region 5. Sir, which is correct kaya, sir? Kasama po ba si Region 5, sir? Actually, sir. Sir. Clear lang po. And then, sir, just to clarify also, sir, just want to ask NIR, which is Negros Island Region, the covered areas are Negros Oriental, Occidental, and Sicobar. Hindi po kasama si Bacolod, sir. No? 3 areas lang po na. NIR. Kasama po. But just a follow-up question, sir. Wala kasi siya sa Annex A ng volume of cargos. Wala yung si Bacolod. Kaya I was asking, sir. So kasama naman si Bacolod dapat, sir. Okay, sir. Alright, sir. And then, Sir, for the portion of the bid data sheet number under 19.3, sorry, under 20.2 post qualification, item number 5, it says here 5 pieces of general instructions for BEP and BPOC for evaluating testing process purposes. So may I know what's this? Sir? I'm not that familiar with this one. Under post qualification, sir, 20.2, number 5, sir. Number 5. It's about yeah, copy number 5. I should not be. Thank you, sir. And then for the text spec, sir, maybe request, sir, for the Excel file of the following are A, B, and C, sir, to be sent by email. Yung Excel file po. The volume of cargo, shipping guide, and schedule of dispatch. And yung TORC ma'am, wala rin po na-upload kasi sa details. Sir, yung schedule of dispatch. So we can see that. And then, just to clarify lang, no, sa region 8, it says here, sa volume of cargos, no, Biliran, Eastern Samar, Leyte, Northern Samar, Southern Leyte. So yung portion ng Leyte, tsaka yung Samar, is this yung Leyte, for example, is this Northern Leyte? Kasi may Southern na tayo. Kasi nakalagay sa kanya. And yung Samar, sir, meron lang sa Northern, tapos may nakalagay na siya sa Samar. Yes.
We will not let that issue a responsibility.
Since as Region 7, it says here Cotabato, Sarangani, South Cotabato, sa Tantugalan. So yung Cotabato na una, sir, is that North Cotabato? And for the special geographic area, just want to double check, sir, is this in North Cotabato? 60 barangays. SGA.
Wala kasi siyang province.
Yeah, kasi kung North Cotabato siya, is that different from the region 12, which is May Cotabato?
Ano siya? Farm siya. Farm siya. Pero wala siyang province. Municipality sa lang. Ano pero nag-municipality?
And then, on the terms of reference itself, sir, it says here in the scope of the project, that's forward logistics. Meaning, sir, just to double check, wala tayong reverse walk. So, outgoing na tayo. Wala tayong kukunin sa mga municipalities na papalit dito. Tama po ba? Kasi nakalagay po is forward na. Just to be sure po. Thank you, Chair, for this share. And then also, baka, sa keyword, mga na-type po error lang, so yung 1.10, it says here 2022 BSKE. Na-type po error lang. 1.10 lang. I think that's all, sir. Thank you very much.
Any other question, clarification, query? Wala na. Wala na. That's it. So again, may just request for you just yung mga question na you can use it in writing, sabihin din sa diet and corresponding so walang time session, we'll be closing na yung open forum natin discussion.
Chair, we would like to request, as you have said, to reduce the writing and submit to the SBOC Secretary within 3 days from today. And we will be issuing the corresponding bill within 7 days from your submission. Any more?
Here are some important reminders. The bidding documents may be downloaded free from the COMELEC website. It may also be secured from the SBOC Secretariat Office. Bidders should pay the applicable fee prior to submission of their bids. Fees may be paid in any of the following. 1. In person at the COMELEC Cash Division upon securing order of payment from the SBOC Secretariat. Or 2. Online through fund transfer. Or 3. Bank deposit to COMELEC's Land Bank of the Philippines account at any LBP branch. Our depository account is Peso Current Account number 0012-104286. And don't forget to please email a copy of the transaction or deposit slip to the official email address of the SBOC. Additionally, please be reminded of the following. 1. Ensure that all forms are completely filled out and those that require signature are signed by the authorized representative of the bidder. Second, countercheck pages of the documents. Incomplete pages shall be marked as failed for the specific requirement and thus renders the bidder ineligible. 3. Read carefully the contents of the bidding documents, such as but not limited to the instructions to bidders, bid data sheet, general and special conditions of the contract, schedule of requirements, technical specifications, and terms of reference. Carefully examine the bidding documents as well as the bid bulletins. 4. And more importantly, late bids shall not be accepted. Finally, requests for clarifications must be in writing and addressed to the chairperson of the Special Bids and Awards Committee through the SBOC Secretariat Office located at 305A, 3rd floor Annex Building, Payme Building, Soriano Avenue, Intramuros, Manila, or it can also be sent to the official email address of the SBOC. Stay tuned for announcements and notices on our next SBOC activities. Thank you for your participation in today's meeting, and we wish you the best in your bids. Have a good day. Here.
Chair, that concludes our video conference for the day.
Thank you very much today, Secretariat, PWG, and our respective observers natin. Thank you very much and we'll see you all, the opinion please all